So hello guys, it's Todi here, and today I'll be reviewing a game where you enter a dungeon with guns. Enter the Gungeon is a roguelike dungeon crawler bullet hell that was developed by Rogue and was published by developer Digital. The game was released in 2016 and was updated until 2019, so you can say there's plenty of content to play around. And it's pretty much the meme reference dream of the developer. I'm not even joking, almost any item that you encounter is a reference to something, and I love it. Even though I don't get a lot of references because there's so much, there is something for everyone. To start with the basics, you start with 3 hearts. When you get hit you lose half a heart. There are ways to get more hearts by getting heart containers and beating bosses without taking damage. You can also get armor that disappears when you take damage and uses a blank for free. What is a blank? Blank is a consumable that makes all the enemy projectiles disappear. You get 2 each time you enter a new level. This is what you use to open chests that give you weapons, passive and active items. There's also cell keys that you use to open cells that hold NPCs that help you in different ways. Your inside Gungeon Currency shells that you earn by killing enemies and spend in shops. There's also an outside Gungeon Currency called Hegemony credits that you earn by killing bosses and spend in the Breach. The Breach is your hub world where some of the NPCs you save go to and let you interact with them, and also let you spend Hegemony credits to unlock new weapons and items that you can find in the Gungeon. Here's also where you choose the character you play with. At the start of the game, you choose 1 out of 4 Gungeoneers: the Hunter, the Convict, the Pilot, the Marine, and also the Cultist, but he's multiplayer only. Later in the game you can unlock 4 more characters to play as. Each character starts with a different starting gun and item, and each one has a different past. The past is a character specific final boss that you can fight at the end of the Gungeon. Third is the Pilot. He has the most garbage starting gun and gets lower prices at shops. He has a starting active item that has a 50% chance to unlock a chest without a key, and a 50% chance to break them, and also can carry 2 active items. The combat is pretty simple at the start, but it has a steep learning curve. The most important thing is to learn to dodge. In Enter the Gungeon you can dodge roll through bullets. That's your bread and butter. Weapons and items have synergies that you activate if you have 2 required items and give a solid empowerment. But there's a catch. Because the game is full of meme items and weapons that are not very useful, you will very often get a synergy for a weapon that you forgot you had because it's useless or extremely weak. But this might be me getting unlucky because the synergy pool is enormous and the wiki gives a very good perspective of that. Now that you have a basic idea of some of the mechanics in the game, I'll walk you through some progression that you make from my experience. You enter the Gungeon for the first time and you fight through most of the rooms, but you die. You enter again, realize you can dodge roll, and that enables you to find a chest. You find a weapon inside, and you use that weapon to clear the rest of the first floor. You enter the boss room, and you die again from the boss this time. You repeat everything again, but this time you use blanks on the boss fight and kill the boss. You get your hands on your first credits. You go to the second floor, and you die. And from now on, this is rinse and repeat for each floor. Each base floor has 3 bosses that randomly appear. And that's that. The more you play, the more NPCs you unlock, and they sell you more weapons and items that make you stronger and give you better chances at going further into the Gungeon. There are also 5 secret levels that have only 1 boss each. Now, as you get better at the game and unlock stronger weapons, you get to the 5th floor. You go up to the final boss, the High Dragoon. You fight him and you kill him. You go past him and you find the gun that can kill the past. You shoot yourself and the credits start rolling. And as the credits come to an end, the game tells you that the Gungeon still holds secrets. You yet again get to the 5th floor, but this time you talk to the shopkeeper. And she tells you that the gun that can kill the past needs ammunition. And also says that you need to bring her the materials to craft the bullet that can kill the past. They can be brought through multiple runs, and so again, you embark on the journey, you enter the Gungeon again and again. You bring her the materials needed to craft the bullet that can kill the past, and from now on, you can always talk to her and get the bullet. You go to the High Dragoon, kill him again, you go up to the gun that can kill the past, but this time you have ammunition. You use the gun and you get sent to the past, where you fight the past of the character you were playing. You fight the past of your character in an epic duel, and it's honestly not that hard. You kill the past and you get a pat on the back. Good job. Now you only need to kill the past of the rest of the base characters. It must be noted that killing at least one past enables you to find more NPCs in the Gungeon, and also unlocks Hero Shrine for the character you have killed the past, and some other stuff. Hero Shrine is a big shrine at the start of the Gungeon. It's a mechanic that makes your game harder by setting your curse to 9. Normally you get cursed by using shrines and also by having cursed items. The more curse you have, the more cursed enemies appear. A cursed enemy has 3 times the base health, also gives more shells and deals double damage. To get back to progression, you kill the past of the 4 characters and now you unlock Bullet Hell. This is the final level of the Gungeon, and it's pretty hard, so you'll die a couple of times before you are able to get to the boss, that is the Lich. But at the end you're able to persevere and reach the Lich. You fight him and you think, this is the final boss of the game? Doesn't seem that hard. You kill him and you rejoice. You even have a couple of hearts left. Not hard at all, but you realize there is phase 2. That is to say, a bit harder. But you kill him again. You hope there isn't a third phase, because you only have half a heart left. But guess what? There is a third phase, and you die. You feel sad, because you think you will never be able to get such a good run. You will never be able to get the twin Gatling Girls synergy again. And you go to bed, because it's time to leave the Gungeon, just for a bit, and get some rest. And the next day comes, you enter the Gungeon again, you get lucky with some good drops, you steamroll past everything, and you reach the Lich, and you kill him without any problem. This is a simple example of what huge role RNG has in the game. Your runs are heavily RNG dependent. There's a lot of items, and sadly, you rarely get synergies because of that. And also, sometimes you get synergies that are useless or for a weapon that is garbage. Yes, you sometimes get a synergy that is broken, but rarely. And also there's a mechanic called Magnificence. And to oversimplify, the more S and A tier items that you get, the less that quality of items appear. This is simply to prevent the player from becoming too powerful in one run. This is my biggest problem with the game. Not only are you reliant on RNG, but the RNG is against you. There is a character that kinda fixes half of the problem. If you kill the Lich while playing as the Paradox, you enter a new run as the Gunslinger, who is the Lich but before he became the Lich. He has a starting item that makes your guns act as they have all their synergies. There are some exceptions, sadly. And even he is RNG dependent. For instance, if you get a gun that only has one synergy, or one synergy that doesn't work with the Gunslinger starting item, you pretty much got garbage. But let me tell you the story of the one time I got lucky as the Gunslinger. I killed the Lich as the Paradox, I started playing on the first floor as the Gunslinger, and the shopkeeper is selling Lil Bomber. That is the best gun that you can find on the first floor as the Gunslinger. It pretty much can generate almost infinite number of shells, because each time you hit an enemy with it shells, because one of the synergies that you get because of the Gunslinger's starting item. Did I mention that Lil Bomber also deals a good amount of damage for the first floor, so it's double whammy. By the second floor I got more than 1000 shells and I was able to buy the Gnawed Key that leads to Resourceful Rat's lair. That's a maze unique to every player, and at the end of the maze you fight the Resourceful Rat. At the start it's nothing extraordinary. He has some annoying attacks, but nothing too hard. When you kill him you are able to proceed to stage 2, and things escalate from 0 to 100 real fast. The author enters a Metal Gear and start doing some dangerous attacks. But I had some good RNG and I was able to get some items that made the fight not so hard. I was able to kill the Metal Gear reference and I entered stage 3. That's a Punch Out game, and I'm pretty sure that's another Metal Gear Solid reference. And I died. And that's that. It's not a big problem because if you die in the punch-out game, nothing happens, you just get less wood after a fight. Even though I got little wood, I got the Gun of the Rat that helped me kill the rest of the bosses. I reach the 5th floor, I shop from the blacksmith, and I go up to the High Dragoon and kill him without a problem. I enter the after area, I go up to the gun that can kill the past, and I realize I forgot to get the bullet from the blacksmith I shopped from. Less than 2 minutes before I killed the Dragoon. That meant that I was not going to be able to enter the Gunslinger's past and have a shot at killing the glitched Lich that is the past boss of the Gunslinger. And also, if you kill the glitched Lich as the Gunslinger, you unlock him as a playable character. In total there are 4 unlockable characters. The Paradox is the simplest to unlock, the Bullet is also pretty easy, but it takes a bit of time. The Robot is moderately hard to unlock. The Gunslinger is the hardest character to unlock, because it takes about 2 hours of playtime and good RNG to unlock. The game has a lot of replayability because there are no 2 runs that are the same. And also there are a couple of mechanics that make the game harder if you're up for a bigger challenge. You unlock them after you've killed your first past. Hero Shrine is the first one. As mentioned before, it sets your curse to 9 and makes the game harder because of the more cursed enemies that appear. Turbo Mod is activated by Tonic the Sledge Dog, who is Sonic the Hedgehog. Turbo Mod makes the game run faster, like real fast. Blessed runs are activated by the sorceress and cost 6 credits to activate. In a blessed run, you only have 1 weapon that constantly changes. Challenge runs are activated by Daisuke. In challenge runs, each room has different modifier that makes the room harder to clear and also costs 6 credits per run. There is even a boss rush game mod if you are into that sort of gameplay. And with everything set, I want to tell you that the game is great. At times you may get salty by RNG, but at the end of the day, if you choose the master of the game and go through the steep learning curve, RNG won't matter as much for you. Also, if you get lonely in the Gungeon, you can always play co-op with a friend. But I need to say, it's kinda clunky because you play on the same screen, and at times you might want to dodge in different sides of the screen, but that's only a minor multiplayer only issue. Overall, Enter the Gungeon is an awesome game, and I simply suggest that you at least give it a try for the huge number of references. I give Enter the Gungeon a solid 10 out of 10 bullets. You can play Enter the Gungeon from everything, I mean pretty much everything. Every game store has it and every console has it. But beware, once you enter the Gungeon, you might not want to exit the Gungeon.